find insight, guidance, and answers. Tune into Spirit with radio medium Laura Lee.
Tuning into Spirit with my special guest expert on all things super scary. I'd like to welcome my special friend, Heidi Hollis, host of Coast to Coast Dark Becomes Light podcast and best-selling author of many books. And one we are going to discuss today is about Hat Man, a subject that is dark. Welcome, my friend.
Hey there, how are you? It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. And I'm glad you could join me for All Hallows Eve celebration. So for everybody out there listening, who is Hat Man? What is he?
Well, the Hat Man, he is a very dark entity that likes to wear a three-piece suit, a cape, or a trench coat, and oftentimes wears a variety of hats. And not always wearing a hat, but if he does, it tends to be a gaucho or a top hat. And his eyes glow red if you see him in the shadows sometimes. He's a menacing character that likes to, especially come around at nighttime when your guard is down and then tries to take advantage of you. He will attack, he'll bite, he'll scratch, and even rape. And probably the worst thing that he does, anything to break you down. And then when you can't take anymore, he'll try to reach into your chest and pull your soul out. And he likes to talk, by the way. And if you ask him who he is, he'll generally tell you he's the devil himself.
I was going to mention that because we've had this discussion over the years, off and on. Why do you believe it was important to bring Hat Man public through your book?
Well, to help people move past and understand the demonic and devilish forces here, and to try to wake people up to even acknowledge that they have a soul, to know that they can take these things on. I mean, when you think about it, they try to get you when you're depressed, injured, ill, dying. And then they're like, oh, I got you now. Oh, big man, you're going to come at me while I'm not looking. So people are like, oh, it's so horrifying. I can't handle it. I'm like, yes, you can, because look what it takes to take you down in order to be taken advantage of. So I want to remind people of their weaknesses because they're looking at ours, but look back at them.
That leads me to my next question with you. What would you suggest for our average viewer, listener right now, steps for securing their space or to avoid allowing Hat Man or any other dark entities into their space?
Well, I like to tell people, because they do come when your guard is down, you have to kind of extend a part of yourself to create a barrier. And I'm Christian. I always say sprinkle some Jesus on it. So, get holy water or water that you bless yourself, spring water. And I use my necklace that's a cross, and I go and I bless each corner, and I wear my blessing. So I'm protected at night. I say, do the whole home. People are like, well, I'm renting a room. Well, bless that room. Mm-hmm. Anything to create that barrier, to put it on notice so you can sleep at night. Mm-hmm. And if it went well, take it on, for what it is. But you have to create a nice, safe place. And they don't even like light, okay? So I'm a nightlight on. That helps.
Yes, you're right. So my question to you is, what's the scariest Hat Man story you've heard?
I had a woman that wrote me, I believe she was about 7 years old, and she's like, every night, Hat Man would come into her room and he would say, one day I'm going to get you. And she's like, he was so tall that his back touched the ceiling. And she'd be so horrified. She started sleeping with the light on. And her mom's a single mom. She was like, you're racking up the bills, and took her light bulb. So she couldn't do that. And every night she'd run to her mom and scream, saying, he's trying to get me. Well, one night, mom needed to have a break and have a little get together with some friends, took the light bulb out that was in her room, locked the girl in there.
Aww.
So mom goes in there to check on her. And she was horrified with what she saw because the little girl's head was on one part of these two slats of wood on the bunk bed to protect the kids so they don't roll out of bed, was on one side and her body was through the other.
Oh, come on.
No physical way for this to happen. They had to break apart her bed and resuscitate her. And with her first words, when she came back to life, she said, he got me.
Oh my, you just gave me chills. Now I'm going to have to do a cleansing here. Thank you, my friend. Halo.
I appreciate
If
it.
everybody knows out there, she is an angel on earth to me. So,
And you spot angels, so this is a big compliment.
So, listen, if you are looking for answers and guidance, sign up at radiomediumlauralee.com. I love to hear from you, and thank you for sharing the show.